Hey guys, this is No Solution. I'm Scott. And I hope I didn't bait and switch everybody. I think I said I was going to do my year end list on this weekend. I decided instead to do kind of the honorable mentions and best live album, etc. Do that in a separate video to make it a bit shorter. So the top 10 of the year is going to be the next video. And I looked back, and my first video ever was my top 10 list for 2022. So if I wait a few days, it'll be like the 1 year anniversary. So I just kind of want to do that. So this video will be honorable mentions and, well, like I just said, other things. So my favorite EP of the year was the Mordant Red EP / demo, Hatred of Humanity. They put out another one this year too that's really good, but I just kind of preferred this one. Comes in this cool 8-inch book with, I know I've shown it, but in case you haven't seen it, really cool artwork, really cool attention to detail. So this has the single, Hatred of Humanity, and a demo, and then bonus tracks, I think a rehearsal, and a live set. So it's like 40 minutes total of music, but, you know, consider an EP. So if you haven't heard Mordant Red, very savage black metal with some punk G.G. Allin type influences as well. So check him out. My favorite EP of the year. And his channel is awesome too, if you haven't seen that, but I'm sure you have. My favorite live album, kind of not much of a contest this year. It is the Triumph of Death album, Resurrection of the Flesh. So this is Tom Warrior's project. I believe it's the lineup of Triptychon. Doing a... Jeez, glaring like crazy today. Doing a Hellhammer set, which is kind of funny. In his original autobiography that he wrote, I think around early 2000s, he just totally dismissed everything Hellhammer and said it was a complete embarrassment. He didn't want anything to do with it. So, but he's come around. He's done a Hellhammer book now, and now is doing these usually on festivals, I believe. So it's about an hour long. Has all the classics you'd want to hear: Massacre, Maniac, Reaper, Messiah, and of course the title song of the project, Triumph of Death. Very, very good. And this is one of those live albums that won't get filed away. This will be listened to quite a bit more than the usual. So the next one is kind of like comps, things that aren't full lengths, but things that aren't original full lengths, I guess. So I chose this, Ronnie Romero, Raised on Heavy Radio. And I gave Dave at Cavernous Carnage a little shit that he didn't have any sleaze at all in his list, and I kind of don't either. This is about as close as I get. But this is actually Ronnie's wife, so good for you, Ronnie. There's the back, and this is all covers, obviously. Things like The Battle Rages On from Deep Purple, Metal Days from Manowar. Turbo Lover, Garage Geek, is on here. He does a good job of picking some not obvious songs. Of course, there are some obvious ones. He does Hallowed Be Thy Name, which I don't think we need any more covers of that, but I understand you want songs people actually know. He does The Shining from Black Sabbath, from The Eternal Idol. Love that song. Kind-Hearted Light from Masterplan. Really, really cool choice. So if you don't know Ronnie Romero, he's in about 78 bands now. I knew him from Lords of Black, kind of a power metal, slightly progressive band. But he's kind of the hot go-to singer now for traditional metal and then kind of older styles. He sings for Rainbow now. And every time I turn around, like anytime Frontiers puts up a new video, it seems like half the time is like, oh my God, is Ronnie singing for that band now? I think they're all studio projects, so he just does the album, but fantastic singer. He has a bit of Dio in his voice. He has some great screams, but he's got a great bluesy tone too that he uses. I think he's just one of the most talented vocalists out there now. So this is really cool. He did put out an album of originals this year that's also very good. Just didn't make my list. So for the kind of weird, not an EP, not a full length original, this is my choice. Ronnie Romero, Raised on Heavy Radio. He did a Raised on Radio version, or Raised on Radio album before this. That's more like just like regular rock songs and pop songs. It's also fun. All right, so now, she's already 5 minutes. All right, I'm gonna blow through these. Just kind of my honorable mention albums I liked that just didn't quite make the top of my list. Of course, Cannibal Corpse. Everybody's showing this. Chaos Horrific, really good. If I had an award for a really good album I don't have anything to say about, it would be this. It's Cannibal Corpse, man. It's good. They're always good. I do think that I liked Pat's songs more than I like Eric's songs, but when your guitarist goes crazy and starts attacking the neighbor with a knife, I guess there's nothing you can do. He's got to go. So, yeah. Cannibal Corpse, another solid album. Another thing I wanted to say about my list, I guess, is bands like this that are always good, they tend to get forgotten in my year-end list because it doesn't really energize me. It's like, yeah, it's good, but I'm much more enthused about something new that I've heard, or a new band I discovered, or maybe a really cool debut. So it's not fair, but it's my list. So next one, Dinma Latva. I really like that album cover, and it is called The Land Under the Black Wings Blood. There's the back. So this got some attention, I think more for political reasons. This is a band from Belarus that had to flee Belarus for political reasons. They fled to Ukraine in 2021, so not great timing there. So they had to flee again. Now they're in Poland, and the album is themed around war and an older war in Belarus that I'm not really that familiar with. I didn't really do a lot of research on. I would say post-black metal with a lot of doom in it. Very good in parts. I mean, it's all good. There's some really standout moments. My problem why it didn't make my list is it's long and it really feels long. By 3/4 of the way through, you're like, okay, I'm kind of done. But certainly an enjoyable album if you're into that post-black sound. I would definitely say check it out. The song Buried Alive was the one that I heard that kind of grabbed me in. I think there might be a video for it, so check that out if you are interested in that. Shockingly, the new Catatonia, Sky Void of Stars, is really solid, really good. The last album, City Burials, was reportedly supposed to be a Jonas solo album, that then they decided to make a Catatonia album. Jonas wrote this entire one again, but it sounds a bit more like Catatonia, not like something that was kind of retrofitted to be Catatonia. Yeah, if you're into Catatonia, I would say check it out if you haven't. The latest Haken, called Fauna, also really good. Progressive metal. These always take me a while to get into, and I kind of been listening to this off and on throughout the year, and it kind of really just clicked. But fantastic band, very talented, and the new one is good as well. All right, here's another one for Dave. Pussies. If you can tell, her outfit there's a little short, so you can get out your magnifying glass and go to town on that. So this is a project from Albert Witchfinder of Reverend Bizarre. Super, super weird. This is like noise rock, I guess I would call it. There's some punky songs. There's some slow, like sludgy, drawn out songs. Like there's songs that are under a minute, and there's songs that are 5 minutes. There's a kind of weird lounge song in it. Yeah, I don't know. It's not something that I'm going to be playing a lot, but it's certainly an intriguing listen. There are 30 songs on here, I think, 29. It's a full length, and then they did a split earlier that's also included on here. So, Pussies. This almost made my list. Host. with 9, Roman numeral 9. This is Nick and Greg of Paradise Lost doing kind of a the name of the band is a reference to the Paradise Lost album that everybody hates, where they went kind of electronic Depeche Mode. This isn't quite that, but it's definitely electronic kind of gothy rock. Really solid, really fun, cool to hear them do a different style that they obviously are passionate about, and a good idea to not call it a Paradise Lost album. So they learn from their past missteps on that one. So host 9. People have been showing this. I really don't have a lot to say about it because I feel like I'm still processing it. Ruim with I never remember the name. Black Rail Spiritism, etc., etc. So this is Blasphemer's new project, and definitely sounds like Blasphemer circa his Mayhem days. Really good. His riffs are so bizarre that it takes me a while to get my head around them, and I think in like 2 years I'll consider this a masterpiece. Right now I'm still kind of processing it. So, Ruin. Grieve with Wolves of the Northern Moon. This is a Werewolf Records release, and it's Werewolf on drums, VKAs on guitar, bass, and keyboards. He has a ton of bands too. His main band is Vargrav, and Hellwind on vocals, who also did vocals on another VKAs' projects, Embryonic Slumber, I believe. So this is just meat and potatoes, finished black metal. Nothing that's really going to revolutionize the genre or anything, but just really solid and really fun. I thought there's kind of a punky edge to it. As when the album starts, you hear the singer coughing and clearing his throat and spitting out a loogie, and then they go into it. So that's kind of the spirit of it. Haven't heard anybody talk about this, and it's not, like I said, it's not going to knock your socks off, but I really enjoyed it. If you're a fan of these dudes and this style, you'll like it. Grieve, Wolves of the Northern Moon, and then Dead Heimsguard's Black Medium Current. This is one that I don't know. Rating it out of 5, I'm not sure. It could be a 2, it could be a 5. I don't know. Every time I listen to it, I have a different feeling about it. Sometimes I'm really digging it, and I think I got it, and then the next time I listen to it, it lost me again. I don't know. I think this is great, but I just haven't got my head around it quite yet. So, Dead Heimsguard, Black Medium Current, and that I think is it. All right, 13. We're doing all right. All right. So the next video will be by my top 10. There'll be no filler, no honorable mentions. These are the honorable mentions. So hope to see you there, and hope everyone has a good holiday, whatever you celebrate. And as always, CM Punk is a piss baby. Later.